Hey Tony, it's Tuesday. And first off, to answer your question of the week, yeah, I've heard of it. I haven't followed it very closely, and I guess from what I understand, it seems like it's a lot of J.K. Rowling wanting to have new actors play the trio because all three, Emma Watson, Rupert Grint, and Daniel Radcliffe have spoken out against some of her particularly, transphobic, anti-Semitic, and acephobic tweets. So it seems like it's kind of a way for J.K. Rowling to kind of, I guess, make her narrative again. I'm not going to watch it. I don't care enough to. I have the movies. I loved the movies. I have the books. I love the books, even understanding how problematic they are. But I have zero interest in watching the show. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's done on HBO. HBO usually makes pretty good shows, but count me out. I have no interest. So what I want to talk about here is actually kind of a follow up to what we kind of what I've kind of talked about the last couple weeks, but I'm gonna make it a little more varied. I want to talk specifically about AI art and AI literature and how it's not only negative, is actively making things far worse. So first off, I'm going to say straight up that I actually think AI has a promising future. I think using it as a tool is the way it should be used. Like, when something I have to do in work occasionally is I have to, code forms, and I'm not a coder. But what I can do is, okay, I have this code that I'm trying to make. Okay, it's not working. Throw it into ChatGPT, and it fixes the code, and it works. And in that situation, I actually think that that's a point where AI is really useful. There's also another AI tool that is useful in emails called Goblin.tools, in which basically what you're doing is you're writing something writing a letter, writing an email, and then throwing it through there, and it kind of formalizes it, makes it more professional. Now, obviously, you have to go through and adjust things because AI has so many issues, but using it in that sense, it's incredibly useful. Now, in the sense where it's not useful is when you actually see, AI art and you see AI literature that you sometimes see. And I mean, you can also make the joke that might or might not be much of a joke, in which Bethesda's latest release, Starfield, used AI to make the story. Now, I have not played Starfield. It doesn't work on my computer very well, but Jay did, and Jay said that the story genuinely seemed like it was AI because it had a lot of the same issues that much of AI literature does. And I think we're going to see a lot more of situations like that, of companies using AI to write stories, write plots, write books. And I think that's going to really put, our artistic culture we have currently on even more life support than it already is. Now, you can look at when you see AI art online, usually the way you'd be able to tell if something was AI was, oh, the fingers, there are too many fingers or what have you, but AI is getting smarter and better, and it's getting harder and harder to kind of point that out. But one thing that I think is true is that I didn't necessarily believe in, the soul of art until I saw AI try and do it. And to me, that showed me that no, art does this is maybe not the right term, because I always thought art required, a lot of soul, because it's someone's personal work, someone's personal thing that they're doing, and they really put themselves on the screen, whether it be, or in the art, whether it be you put yourself in the painting, you put yourself in the book. You can really tell when someone has a deep care for what they're working on, because even if it's not skillful, you can still feel the heart and soul of it. And AI is completely soulless. You don't have that. So you'll see an AI art, and sure, it might look pretty, but it's just so shallow that it doesn't push anything forward. Now, I firmly believe that art and literature should be used to push the envelope. And right now, we're starting to see an envelope not get pushed. And I think we're going to continue to see it. I think AI is only getting smarter, and people are keep investing in it. And rather than investing in, like your actual artists, you're investing in AI. And I think that's going to have further reaching consequences than we can really understand. I don't think it's going to go all Skynet, at least not yet, but I think we're going to see a situation in which art which is already hard for people to do because it doesn't make much money, but now you have AI doing it for a fraction of the price. I think we're going to see a lot of issues going forward on even less art, even less of an envelope being pushed, and I think that's sad. Now, I guess my question for you, Tony, is how are you getting better at picking out like AI images to real images, or are you getting worse as the AI gets better? Tony, I'll see you on Friday. Later, bro.